Okay, this is a reaction video. This is from Henry Talks Football. Please click like, share, and subscribe for him, as well as like, share, and subscribe for me. Painful Rant, Tottenham. I can't believe what we've become. Now, he's a Tottenham fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. He's not very happy with the way his club is being run. And let's see. I haven't seen this video, so let's see what this is all about.
I can't actually believe what this football club has turned into. We used to play with pride. We used to win major honours.
I don't know. I think the only major honor you guys have won in the last 20 years is the League Cup. You guys haven't won anything. So, I mean, I think your last FA Cup you won was 34 years ago, something like that. So, no, I don't know what major honors you're talking about.
We used to be proud of the club we support.
Yeah, that is true. You guys were always proud of your club, but I don't know what major honors you guys have won.
In the last 2 weeks, we have announced Conor Benn's fight in March at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We've announced the Saracens rugby match. We've announced that 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, and Beyonce will be performing this season. Beyonce is probably the biggest star our stadium has ever seen. And you're probably thinking, why are you annoyed about the club bringing in revenue? The reason why I'm annoyed, I don't have a problem with the club bringing in revenue.
It's what they do with the revenue is what you have a problem with.
I have a problem when it comes to bringing in all these different revenue sources, we don't spend it properly. Ange Postecoglou has still not been sacked. Still not been sacked, which tells me he will be here the Manchester United game. The football club is a mess. I'm not even going to smash my chair up today. I'm not even going to scream and shout. It's just, this is where we're at. We're at a crossroads. I said this yesterday on the Football Terrace. We are at a crossroads, and I'll explain that in a second.
You guys have been at a crossroads for a long time. You guys didn't just get to the crossroads. You guys have been there for an awful long time.
Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you have that subscribe button.
Yeah, as well for me too, as well.
Big up to everyone. We just hit 44k. We're 6k now. Less than 6k, sorry, from hitting the big 5-0. So if you haven't already, please go down and hit that subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, Tottenham, strap in. Strap in for a bumpy ride. Before I get onto Ange Postecoglou, I just want to show everyone and make everyone see my point of view. When the club have their own stadium account, 40,000 tickets have been sold for the Saracens Showdown, which is in mid-March. Like I said, I have no problem with this if the club are going to go out and spend some of that extra revenue on decent players, right? Coming to N17 throughout 2025, NFL. Yep, so that's 2 events this year.
I'm not, the NFL, who gives a rat's rear end about the NFL? Come on.
Coming to N17, as well as that, a night you're not going to want to miss. Unfinished business between Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. And then yesterday, Kendrick Lamar's tour dates were announced. He's playing at Villa Park. Have you noticed how Villa Park announced it? Because their football club right now still in the Champions League, still in the FA Cup, and better than us in the league.
Hey, you guys are still in the Europa League. That's good.
The same Aston Villa team that 6 years ago were in the Championship, and 6 years ago we were in a Champions League final. We have spent 3 times the amount of revenue they have in the last 6 years. Look
at what you guys have done with that revenue. Look at what you guys have done, and look at what Villa has done. Villa's brought in a proper coach, Unai Emery, who was at Arsenal for a season and a half, didn't do very well there, went to Villarreal, comes back to Villa and turns them around to a Champions League club, and look what you guys have done.
Look at where they are. They've got a very, very good manager. They've got a good squad, good players. Rashford, Asensio, Watkins, Kamara. You know, they replace players. John Duran leaves. They have a good transfer window. They bring in Malin, Rashford, and Asensio. You throw that in with Rodgers and Ramsey. They've got a good squad.
They've got a decent squad, not a good squad, but a decent squad. That may make it to the Champions League again next year. We'll see how that pans out.
Our transfer window, disgraceful. We bring in a backup goalkeeper that we didn't really need, a centre back who's actually he's actually all right to be fair, and we bring in Matthias Tell.
Now he's ticked off because they didn't bring in a defensive midfielder, which is what they needed. Of all the things they didn't need, well, maybe Tell is a good attacking striker option, but you needed a defensive midfielder. That's what you needed more than anything else, and you didn't get it.
Explain to me how that's improving Ange Postecoglou's squad. The club knew about this injury crisis from early December. Why? Why have they not done anything about it? And then the club go out there and announce that Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar will be performing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this season. Like I said, I have no problem, but read the room. Read the room. The football club right now is struggling. The fan base are at each other's necks. There's a club. The club are now aware of the protest that's going to happen this weekend. We're protesting because of the absolute shit show that we're in. And then they go and announce more and more things outside of the pitch. It's laughable. It's actually laughable. You know, like I just don't get where we're at. I really don't get out.
You guys are in the dumpster. Okay, that's where you guys are at. You guys are at the lowest of the low. I don't think you're going to be relegated, but you're going to get close to being relegated. You're just in a very poor place, and you have a poor manager. And as an Arsenal fan, I say long may it continue. I hope Postecoglou not only makes it through this season, I hope he makes it through next season as well.
People are putting up with this. Here you go. Tickets are now on sale to see 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, and Davido. Yet we're sitting 15th in the Premier League. Explain to me how that is acceptable. 15th in the... Sorry, tell a lie. We're 14th in the Premier League.
That's fine. Like I said, long may it continue. As an Arsenal fan, long may it continue.
With Manchester United coming up next. And let's be honest.
Look, hold on. Let's be honest. Manchester United is probably the only club that's in that's a top 6 club that is in worse state than you are. Okay, as bad as Tottenham have been, I think Manchester United are in worse position. They are in a worse place. Okay, these are two clubs who should be in the top half of the table that are in the bottom half of the table. You're going to host Manchester United. They are a horrible club. This is going to be an absolute garbage show.
If Everton manage to beat Liverpool tomorrow night or get a draw, we're level on points with Everton. And as I said this the other day, Everton have sacked their manager.
You know, you look at that, and you're 27 points. Okay, you're 9 points. You are 9 points ahead of the 10 points ahead of the drop off. Okay, you're 10 points. That means you'd have to lose 3 games, and Leicester, Ipswich, they would have to win 3 games. I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening.
Wolves have sacked their manager. Leicester, Southampton, West Ham, Manchester United. The only teams in the bottom 10 that have not sacked their manager is McKenna at Ipswich, Glasner at Palace, Frank at Brentford, and Hertzer at Brighton. The other 6 have been sacked. And there's no team below us other than Everton who have not sacked their manager. Yet,
yeah, they did. Everton sacked their manager. That's why they have David Moyes there.
We're still here 27 points. We're below a terrible Manchester United side who are into the next round of the FA Cup and still in the Europa League. Whenever it comes down to the big occasion, we completely crumble. Spineless performances. Just doing absolutely...
Call me crazy, but I think you're going to beat Manchester United. Okay, I think you're going to beat Manchester United at home on Sunday. I call me crazy because I think Manchester United's in worse shape than you are.
The most to get knocked out of a cup. It's unacceptable. We need change at this football club. Whether you Levy in, Ange out, Levy out, you can see right now that this is not acceptable. And then what are the club doing elsewhere? Announcing all of these events. I'm sick and tired of it. I can't believe this is what this football club has turned into. They don't.
It is what it is. Like I said, long may it continue. As an Arsenal fan, long may it continue.
Care about what's on the pitch. The day after we got knocked out of the League Cup, Daniel Levy is sitting there on a fans forum saying we've got our Tottenham back. We haven't won a trophy in 17 years. And if we get knocked out of the Europa League, which is looking likely, it will be coming up to 18 years. But apparently we've got our Tottenham back. We've got a manager who's inept and his tactics.
Well, you do have your Tottenham back. You guys are not winning trophies. You guys are losing when you should be winning. You guys are no threat to the Champions League, no threat to the Europa League. Yeah, you got your Tottenham back.
A disaster class. We've got a squad that's been run into the ground due to the lack of reinforcements from our owner, and all our owner cares about is bringing on all these extra revenue sources so he can earn himself a pound note. Yet we the fans that travelled up there to Villa Park on Sunday, the fans that travelled up there to Anfield on Thursday, you get shit on week in, week out. I saw a fan on Twitter yesterday saying that he travelled something like 800-mile round trip up and down to Villa and up and down to Liverpool. And what have we got to show for it? Nothing.
Now, did you really think you guys were going to beat Liverpool? Yes, you were beat them 1-0 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but did you really think you were going to go to Anfield on the League Cup semifinal and win there? Okay, did you really think that was going to happen? Did you think that they were going to beat Aston Villa at home at Villa Park? Did you really think that was going to happen? Come on.
Absolutely nothing. We've got nothing to show for it. When you see Crystal Palace accounts like HLT Co, who's a very, very knowledgeable guy, good creator, I actually like a lot of the stuff he does. When you see accounts like this coming out and say, why Spurs Levy out protests deserve more coverage, like, rival fans can see this now. Why can't some of our fans? Why are we sitting here? It's laughable. It's actually laughable that we're still sitting here and that there isn't a lot more coverage. We've got an owner who is one of the worst at making footballing decisions. Look, big up to Brian Daigle. Big up to Brian Daigle, right? Calling this out every single week. As you can see, Tottenham Hotspur just announced Kendrick Lamar and SZA, I can't remember, is it Caesar, to perform at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And there's the Beyonce one.
They got to make money somehow. There's nothing. You're still paying off this new stadium you have.
Due to phenomenal demand, Beyonce has added 2 extra shows. 2 extra shows! For the 5th, 7th, 10th and 12th. That means out of her entire tour, she spends most of her time at Tottenham Stadium. If that is not worth a protest on its own, then I don't know what is. Wake up and smell the coffee. This manager is not good enough. This owner doesn't care. Round and round and round and round and round we go. I'll see you soon.
Look, this is Henry Talks Football. Please click like, share, and subscribe for him. Spare a thought for him as well. Okay, Tottenham are in garbage town. They are one of the worst teams in the Premier League. They were a team that 6 years ago were playing for the Champions League final. They aren't going to be relegated, but like I said, as an Arsenal fan, long may it continue. Please click like, share, and subscribe for me, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.